Okay, welcome back. Episode 3 of Doctor Who Flux just aired. That seemed like we went back to episode 1 for a second, with just like the amount of stuff going on.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot. That seemed to me like an attempted Moffat episode, but a fail.
I wouldn't say it was a fail, but I think just as an episode of television, it wasn't very engaging because the episode was just like all these scenes that we didn't really have context for. We weren't really engaged in what was happening because we didn't know what was happening.
I think on paper, the concept seems pretty interesting. Like, the companions get thrown into their past. But I feel like as it got more fleshed out and then, like, developed, it kind of stayed that bare bones idea. And then, so it did not turn out well.
Yeah, they just kept cycling through scenes. Like, there was no story, basically.
Yeah. I kept waiting for something new to happen, and it never came.
I'm not going to say I was completely unengaged, because I was still interested, and like we definitely learned some very interesting information in this episode about the division and all that stuff. Ruth was back, the Ruth Doctor. I'm kind of mixed on this.
Yeah, I don't like it, and I could go on about little things I don't like forever. That seems to be a thing I do often. But one thing I did really like about this episode was that lady we kept seeing. Her name was Belle. I like seeing that, someone's perspective of the Flux. I thought that was cool. I also found her very likable, for one. But also, I love the reveal at the end that she is, like, Vinder's wife or something. That was so well done.
I think she was interesting. This all seems like, because this is a 6-episode season, you would have thought by now, like, we had enough unanswered questions in the first 2 episodes, and now this just brought in a whole bunch of other ones. So it's like we got 3 episodes to wrap all this up now. Yeah. I don't know, like,
a lot of questions.
I'm not too happy about this another character being introduced like this.
I think because Vinder went off on his own, they're going to be someone who we revisit for the next, like, 2 episodes, like we've kind of been doing. But at the same time, I don't think we're going to focus on them and, like, really see them until the finale.
I feel like I'm going to need for this one, we're recording this right after we watch the episode, so I feel like I need another viewing, especially for this episode, to really process, like, what I think about this.
For this episode, I need, like, another 6.5 viewings.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
I think this episode was, like, I liked what they were doing. I liked all the concepts that they had. But it was not sustainable for a full episode, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, they had to either introduce more things to actually, like, put a story in there when they were cutting through all these scenes of, like, within the companions' timelines or whatever, or end that part of the episode sooner and not make it, like, the whole thing so that we could actually get a story going.
Yes. Agreed. Definitely agree.
Because it was definitely interesting for a while. I was definitely very intrigued, but eventually it got old. So that's what the big criticism is. But I don't want to make this seem like I hated it. I actually did enjoy a lot of it.
All right, if you can review this episode in 5 words, what would be your thing?
That's a good question. I feel like I'm being so negative. I don't want to be so negative. It was not that bad.
All right, so make that your 5 words.
It was not that bad. That's my review.
Okay,
was not that
that's
bad.
Good. It was not that bad. My 5 words would be, but it was still bad. Overall, I think both of us think that it's a solid concept that we both can at least appreciate, but then it didn't turn out great in the end.
Okay, so in the, like, division thing, Jodie Whittaker was taking place of the Ruth Doctor in, like, a memory that she had that she didn't know before, where she was, like, hunting down the Ravagers. And then Yaz, Dan, and Vinder were, like, for some reason also taking places of real people. I'm not sure why that was happening. We finally got to see, like, what working for the division actually entailed. But this is where I start to get worried with the whole Ruth Doctor thing. Because if they really just say that Ruth was a pre-Hartnell Doctor, that's gonna frustrate me. It doesn't make any sense because she had a TARDIS as a police box in Future of Jadoon. But also, I do not like the idea of there being, like, the Doctor before the Doctor. Like, there were incarnations of the Doctor, but, like, the Doctor wasn't the Doctor before then, you know? That's what I'm imagining in my head.
What if he just liked hiding as a police box? What if she was most recently in the 60s?
Chibnall knows the canon too well. He wouldn't do that.
It's already been done.
I think there's something else to it. What was the whole thing with the Weeping Angels? How were they
Oh, yeah.
infesting the timelines or whatever?
I don't know. But that kept popping up for years. I think that next week's episode is going to be very interesting.
It looked really good from the trailer. So far, we've had 2, like, really heavy, overarching story episodes. And then we've had the Sontaran episode, which was still very much tied in, but it also focused on the Sontarans in a really, really good way. And then it seems like the next episode is going to be like that in a way. Like, we're focusing more on the Weeping Angels. I want to reiterate once again that I don't actually think it was that bad. And I think on a rewatch, I could actually really enjoy it. Yeah, I guess we're done. I don't feel like we've had many different points to say, really. But thanks for watching then, and goodbye.
Goodbye.